Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Labor Day. We are with the fam up on Cumberland Knob in North Carolina on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And we just grilled out some hot dogs. And now we're taking a little walk around the trail. So stick around. Here are some Galax leaves named after our town. They use these a lot in floral arrangements around here. And these grow naturally on the parkway. But it's against the law to remove anything from the park, so we will be leaving these here.
Garrett, a fern! A fern, Garrett!
Look, Lanny, it's a daylight freeze.
Dad. How about you?
Watch it, stop. Here's the old cabin, but apparently they must be doing some reconstruction on it because we're not allowed to go up to it. Yep, stay back. Do not enter, authorized NPS employees only. National Park Service employees only. It has gone downhill quite a bit since last I seen it. But it's been quite a few years since we made this little trek up here. And here's like the little grassy meadow. Shows you the trails. But the actual sign is right here.
Right.
Gully Creek Trail 2-mile loop, and that is actually the trail that Levi and my brother, his Uncle Lee, are on right now. So, and Granny was walking with us, but she had to stop and rest and wait for us to come back down because she's still not all the way 100% with her new hip, and her other hip is still giving her issues, so we gotta catch back up with her. But we will make our way back down. But here is the cabin. See if I can zoom in a little bit here. Let you see more of the inside. A lot of folks have wrote their names in there. There's the fireplace. I don't actually know the story on this. I don't know if somebody actually lived here. I'd say probably they did. bear hunt.
I
I got my binoculars.
I'm not scared.
I'm not scared. Just realized we came back down the opposite way and we left Granny over yonder. And made it back to the Granny. Hopefully she's resting, that hip's doing okay. And we're gonna check back out right here to the open meadow and go get us a cold drink. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little walk. I wish I could have took you into the cabin and let you see that, but hopefully they get that fixed, whatever the issue is. Apparently this tree must have blown over at some point. Looks like the top broke out.
I'm giving you the evidence when we get caught.
Big root ball. Interesting. These pretty ferns. They are natural to this parkway as well.
I got the dollar some stuff.
So there's a sign for Gully Creek. That is a 2.5 mile loop. Comfort station. The comfort station is this right here. This building. And the bathrooms, women's here, men's on the opposite side. There's a little water fountain up there, but it doesn't put out very much water if you're thirsty. Now, this is closed down, but back in the 90s, this was an open running store, and you could come in here and get snacks, bottle pops, things like that, but they had stuff about the park, Blue Ridge Parkway, the area, and this was one of the ways in. Blue Ridge Parkway visitor activities. But I don't know when they actually closed it as a store. They had little souvenirs and different things you could get. But like I say, I haven't been up here in quite a while as far as actually really being in the park. Me and Mom and the boys came back earlier in the summer, but we just went to a picnic table and ate some lunch, and that was pretty much it. And we left the actual park. So I hadn't been back over here, but you can see those leaves are already starting to turn. No picnicking in shelter, please. I don't know if you can see in there at all. But looks like that's an old counter over there. They have like a map. I don't know if you can see that in there, but right there was a map. And that's another doorway in. I hope they make it back safe. They've been gone for a while walking that trail. And all of this has since grown up, but this used to be all cut down. And you could actually stand here and look back over towards Mount Airy and Pilot Mountain, and you could see all that back there. But those trees have long grown up, so you can't really see much of anything. Beautiful though. Fall is starting to make its appearance here up on the mountain though. It's pretty. There's a couple of trees turning. These are the first ones I've actually seen. There. Go ahead and show you guys the cemetery. says North Carolina, Virginia Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. Blue Ridge Parkway. Construction started September 11th, 1935. Designated by the North Carolina and Virginia sections. ASCE, September 11th, 1985. There's another one. Picturesque, pastoral, and sublime. It's really pretty through here. Who built the parkway? In 1933, Stanley Abbott, a 27-year-old Cornell University educated landscape architect, began his work as the resident landscape architect of what would become the Blue Ridge Parkway. Many years later, he said to his son, "There will never be another Blue Ridge Parkway." That's true. I actually want to go there and see it from this point of view. I think that'd be beautiful. I think that's there in Further Mountain, North Carolina. And this shows them logging it out to make the route. Pretty cool. Now the Blue Ridge Parkway is over 400 miles long, and it actually starts on way past Roanoke. I forget the actual name of the city or town, whatever that starts at, but it starts there at mile marker 0 and comes all the way up through past Roanoke, up past our area here, and comes on through North Carolina all the way back over to Cherokee. So that's where it actually ends. There's a whole lot more elevation and overlooks and stuff to see on the North Carolina side. Once you make it to Cumberland Knob, that kind of ends a lot of the overlooks that you see. There's a whole lot more farms and meadows and things like that as you're going back north. But still just as beautiful to see. Beautiful scenery. And definitely worth the trip from one end to the other. It can take about 12 hours or so if you run it from one end to the other without stopping. A lot of people like to take it in days. Most average about 4 to 5 days journey. And that's so you can stop and take in a lot of the sights. But something I would definitely like to do one day. So I'll put that on my bucket list. And this is the old cemetery. You're not supposed to actually go in there, because this is actually a cemetery of people who still have family living. They can come and put flowers and stuff on, but you know, tourists and stuff aren't supposed to really go in there. So this cemetery was actually started with Rebecca Smith Moxley, and that is her tombstone. Well, I finally caught up to him. Ew. He's a little bit dehydrated. Say hi, Uncle Lee.
Hi.
Yeah, so they decided to come up the other side, so that comes back up to the knob part. So I caught them, and they're resuscitating with water, so. And I'll just walk with them out the rest of the way. Y'all have a great evening. See ya. Bye.